Of course I was late, because that's how the universe works, right? You give it your best effort, you shine your shoes, you press your tucks, gel in your hair that could withstand a hurricane, and still, you end up sprinting out of the hotel lobby like an idiot. I glanced at my watch because clearly that was going to stop time. Shit, I muttered, picking up the pace. The clouds above me rumbled like they were debating whether now was a good time to make my day worse. They decided it was. Rain came down in biblical proportions, like build and arc levels. My hair gel liquefied and made a dramatic exit down the side of my face. I was slick with rain and product and pure panic as I threw my jacket over my head and made a mad dash towards the taxi stand. There it was, a lone yellow cab, all slick angles and sad wipers, like a beat-up duck in a hurricane. The driver looked up and gave me a look, not the, "You poor drenched bastard" look that I deserved. No, it was more like, "Get in, disaster boy," with a side of, "I don't get paid enough for this." I slid in the back seat, shoes squishing, everything sticking. "St. Patrick's Cathedral," I gasped. "Wedding. I'm so late. Please hurry." He nodded. Just nodded. Not a word, not even a grunt. I looked closer. White bowler hat, giant glasses, neck barely reaching above the steering wheel. Mr. Magoo, reincarnated as a cabbie, and I was stuck in the slowest chase scene ever filmed. We pulled into traffic like molasses on a cold day. I aged 10 years before we hit the first red light. I tried breathing. That didn't help. My collar was doing a slow chokehold, and my armpits had launched into a full chemical warfare mode. Of all the days, I leaned my head back and tried to distract myself with memories. The good ones. Like the day we met. She spilled her latte on me, and I should have been furious, but there's something about the way she laughed, though her apology made me forget my scalding thigh. Love at second-degree burns. Classic. The phone buzzed in my pocket. I glanced down. Jake. "Where the hell are you, man?" "Rain. Taxi. Magoo's cousin is driving," I muttered. Laughter on the other end. "Of course. You see her yet?" "No." "You okay?" "Yeah." "You gonna cry, huh?" "Shove it," I said, my voice cracking like a preteen. Great. In the background, one of the guys yelled, "I got a text from her. She said she has cold feet." Then more laughter. I hung up. Not today, Satan. We inched forward, the church finally coming into view, a hulking silhouette in the downpour like a gothic boss fight arena. I slapped a wad of cash through the divider, didn't even wait for change. "Keep it," I yelled, already halfway out the door and into the storm again. Tux clinging to me like a needy ex. There it was, a white arrow sign with elegant black text. Louise and David's wedding. This way. My stomach did a full somersault. I jogged towards the church, saw the doors were closed. "Oh, come on," I groaned, pulling them open with the subtlety of a guy crashing his own wedding. Every single head turned. Kill me now. I spotted Jake waving me forward, grinning like an idiot. I did the walk of shame past rows of fancy-dressed humans silently judging my soaked, panting arrival. I took my place next to Jake, gave him the side eye of death, and tried to act like I wasn't about to collapse. And then, the music started. The bridal march rolled out, soft and grand. People turned smiling. I turned too. And there she was, Louise. Her dress wasn't flashy. It didn't need to be. She was a sparkle, walking with her dad, a really gruff guy, always with a frown on his face, now beaming like a man who won the lottery and found a parking spot downtown. She walked up to where I was, eyes locked onto mine for a split second. I must have looked like a half-drowned raccoon, but she smiled anyway. The kind of smile that says, "You're an idiot, but you're my idiot." I smiled back, and then she kept walking, right up to her groom. Not me. I swallowed the lump in my throat and smiled harder. Yeah, I was late, but I showed up, and sometimes that's all you can do.